Okay, so one of the more interesting questions that I've had that I'd never considered, but that does come up sometimes is how do I write a check? So, checks are at this point more and more with every day, the need for them is fewer and far between. However, there are the rare occasions where a check is necessary. For me personally, sometimes I will write a check to avoid processing fees. So, for instance, our HOA charges us fees even to pay via ACH. So, as a matter of principle, I will just write a check because I don't want to pay the $1.99 fee. I realize most people might not want to do that, but if you ever find yourself in a situation where the only answer is a check, this tutorial can help you fill out a check properly. So, this is a sample check that I put together. I didn't want to take any off the internet and have someone claim a copyright on it, so I created this one. And what we're going to do is go through the parts of the check. So, up here in the top left-hand corner, you will have your name, your address, and typically a phone number on there. If you don't put your phone number on there, it is very possible that when you write the check to someone, they will ask for a phone number. Continuing over to the right side, we have the date. And up in the top right-hand corner is the check number. So these are sequential. They should never be duplicated. So for instance, if you have to order more checks and your last check was $1,199, you would start your checks at $1,200. Coming down to the middle, we have paid to the order of, and this will be the recipient, whoever you're paying the money to. You want to make sure you check with them what they prefer that name to be, because you may know them by a certain name, but the bank account name is in a different name. So you want to make sure they tell you who to pay it to the order of. And then further to the right, this box here is where you will write out the amount in dollars and cents. I'm sorry, you will use numbers to put it in dollars and cents. And then this line below pay to the order of is where you will write it out in letters, the amount that you are paying. Going down a little bit further, there's a memo line. Memo is not required. It is helpful for your records. And let's say, for instance, if you're giving a donation to a charity, the memo line is helpful sometimes. If you wanted to designate that donation to like a restricted project or something to that effect. And then this line over here by itself is where you will sign the check. Down below, you'll notice there's some numbers here. These help the bank identify your account. It's called the MICR line. And this 1, 2, 3 through 0, I have that representing your account number. And then the routing number specifically identifies your bank, and it's usually connected to the state you open the bank account in. Will have a specific routing number. So for instance, if you're with Bank of America, your routing number in Texas would be different than in New York, based on where you open the account. But this is always nine digits, never more, never less. And then there's always the check number down at the bottom as well. So these are the parts of a check. So what I'm going to do real quick is show you how to fill it out. So I'm going to add some text here. And we will start here, and you can do the date multiple ways, but today is February 8th, 2024. So that's how we would fill that in. Pay to the order of, let's pay the Internal Revenue Service, if I can spell. Okay, and let's say we need to pay them $158.27. Okay, so that amount is in there. So now on this line, we are going to type out $158 and 27/100. So that shows us it's 27 cents. One of the keys that I think you should do on this line, and I always do it, typically I'm handwriting these, but I didn't have a way to record myself handwriting these, and I don't think anybody would want to see my handwriting anyway. But typically, draw a line to the end. Oops, that did not work like I wanted it to. Let me try that again. Yeah, just draw a line to the end. This kind of helps to make sure that no one can use that extra space to potentially change your wording or anything like that. Let's add a memo. The memo can be 2023 taxes. Let's call it tax balance. And you know, when you're writing a check to the IRS, it's always good to have your social security number written on the check. It's kind of odd, but we'll do 111-11-1234. Hopefully no one has that social security number. And then the last thing we want to do is sign it. I'm going to go ahead and just put my little digital signature on there. And there we go. We've written a check that will now pay this obligation. It's always good to keep records. Write down the check number, who you paid, how much you paid them, and what it was for, just in case the check gets lost. You have it for your records. But yeah, I definitely remember the days not too terribly long ago when I was fresh out of high school, and I would sit there every month and pay all my bills with checks. But those days are long gone. But there may come a time when you need to write a check. So hopefully this video helps. Thank you, and if you like it, click the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on all the social medias. Thank you.